check if I'm online. Okay, so on Facebook I'm live. What about my YouTube, my channel? Okay. All right, so it's live on YouTube as well. And also I'm on Twitch. Okay. Alright, let's go back to the screen. I'm looking good. Alright guys. What's up guys? Hey, so this is Sunday. So right now I am going live again. This is what I promised you guys every single Sunday. Now, I like to do this every single Sunday, once a week, to do a live video. This live video is generally going to talk about different topics that I have created for business owners, whether it's existing business owners that are thinking of building a online existence, online presence, or their brand new business that is gonna utilize this chance during the pandemic and try and try and build a business online. This is what I prepared for you. Now, in the past two live video, I talked about Shopify. I talked about a WordPress page builder called Elementor. Today, what I'm talking about is I'm gonna show you how you can plan out your business journey through drawing a workflow. All you need is a piece of paper and a pen, or you can utilize the tool I'm about to show you in today's live video. So hopefully that this is something that you guys want to learn about, and I definitely will put all these replays right on my YouTube, right on my Facebook page, and as well as my studywsimon.com website. Alright, so let's switch channel so I can face you guys. I can't see this. Okay, so I can see you guys now. So what we need to do is to go into a computer screen first and show you where we're at. So let me just quickly swap to this one, and this is generally what I am preparing for you guys. Is on my website there is the training pages, and I'll be mapping out these pages within my website, and all these module, all these framework and module that I've prepared for you guys will have its own video, just like today that I'm talking to you guys today, and they will be made into individual URLs so you guys can see properly, right? So now, before we go on and talk about, let's think, let's just doodle before we go on and utilize something called Lucidchart, which is quite useful. You can build out a flowchart, mind map, any sort of plan using Lucidchart. This is great. This is well, cloud-based. First of all, I think most of the program out there right now are cloud-based. You can draw out like these things. You can business process roadmap, and then you can share it to other people. So this is quite great if you're thinking about building a business with other people, or you're thinking of starting on your own. This is definitely the #1 tool I would suggest right now. Now, before you even attempt doing this, this is definitely easy. I'll show you how to use it once we log in. But I often like people to go into OneNote. If you have Surface, OneNote is perfect. Now, if you have a MacBook, iPad, and any sort of those things, use whatever you have. But I have Microsoft Surface, so I often like to utilize this particular tool first. So give me a second. Let me just drink my coffee. All right. Generally, so I'm thinking I am synchronizing using my Surface right now. You guys can see this is. I'm just gonna transition. Obviously, this is my Surface Pro number 5, I think. I don't know. I haven't upgraded it for a while because it's not really that big of a difference anymore, and we're all stuck at home, so really don't need a more powerful Surface right now. But I like it. It does the job. It has the pen. So let's go back to the screen. So what I often like to do is ask yourself, okay, first and foremost, what is your business goal? So we're gonna write it out, goals. So it's synchronized, great. So what is the goal? The goal of your particular business usually determines how you can draw out your plan and everything. And for particularly, I'm going to use myself, service-based business, because this service-based business is a great template that can be applied onto any other service-based business. So I'm a digital marketer, but you can apply this right onto any other things like whatchamacallit. I lost my train of thought. Right. Whether you're a chiropractor, you're a lawyer, your accountant, your insurance agent, your real estate agent, service-based flowchart is definitely having one goal, which number one is to close more clients. Not leads, but clients. Clients are those who are paying for your service already. That's the ultimate goal. So goal mapping is, to me, is flipping things around. We start with the end of the process, the end goal, the sweet, juicy apple that we get, you know. So in our case, in the service-based business, let me just write this, service-based business. In our case, service-based business, we need to close more clients. So what's before that? We need to, get some leads. Leads in any sort of business, in service-based business particularly, they're really important to the point where, without leads, we can't move on. And so a lot of time, there are a lot of agencies, including my own online agency, utilizing sales pages, landing pages, sales funnel, marketing funnel, etc. They use a whole lot of jargon I don't want to talk about. Basically, there are different ways to provide values to people who don't know about you. They get to know you, and finally they decide to trust you to hand over their information. Generally is email, name, and phone number. If you have these three, that's your lead. Now clients is usually equals to $sign. So that's that. So as we keep on working backward, we go on to the third one. Besides getting lead, we need to let people get aware of us. So aware of us. So basically just awareness. So we kind of work like this. This is like we. So that's the upside down marketing funnel, sales funnel, whatever you want to call it. So attention, interest, desire, and action. But we just very simply want to get people aware of us, basically, or any sort of attraction, and then interest. That is the three that goals that you want to sort of, draft out. And how can you do that? So let's start with moving down with a customer. Sorry, I'm having a little allergy. Customers are generally who give you the dollar sign, right? So we need to get people to give you the money. To get to this stage, you want to think about, okay, what are you selling? So I try to draw and talk. Okay, sorry. So very simple, three things. In order to get to the customer, we need to get people to get aware of us, then to get them as leads, then to get them to become our final customers. So what that means is you need to provide some, interesting stuff for them to read, for them to view, for them to watch. When I say home, this is sort of like contents. This is values. So this can be, I like to start with videos and turn that into a blog post. Some people can turn the MP4 file into MP3 file and then make that into podcast. I haven't gone to do podcasts, but I have the honors to, attend other people's podcasts. So it's pretty cool. It's something that I need to, put together inside my my journey. Obviously, I'm working a whole lot of stuff. So that's why I like to do this kind of live video with you guys in order for me to sort of like getting my ideas out on the broadcast on the internet, so I can tell whether or not my idea is working, right? So we have the content, the videos, the blog posts, and the podcast. These are what we're gonna have to send out for people to see. Now, if you are just starting brand new, it is a little hard to get more people. We need people, right? We need eyeballs. Is this eyeball? We need eyeballs. We need people. We need people to view these things, to go to all these pages, right? So we need to figure out a way. This is why drawing mind map is gonna work. So the goal is to get to here, but we need to get them to get the eyeballs first. So in order to get to the eyeball, let me see if I can scroll to the right. There you go. To get to the eyeball, we're gonna utilize something. Unfortunately, in the beginning, I would suggest you to do ads, which could be Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. You can do Twitter, TikTok, etc. But pick one or two. I often like to utilize Facebook and Instagram and YouTube, these three, if my first content produced is video. So this is really important. You don't have to spend much. In fact, I utilize their boost post function, which usually costs $1 per day. That's all you need to do. Anything that any content that you have planned out really hard, you should at least spend some money. It's $5. $5 is not even a meal in Toronto. I don't know about New York City, I don't know about the rest of the world, but $5 is not much. So run $5 ads, and obviously the creative is already done. Just like this, we're doing a video, and you post it up, and then you're starting to see more attention. Now, once you get people's eyeball in there, they will not immediately go to the leads. They will not do this immediately. So what are you gonna do? Is really important. Let me draw this. We need to do something called retarget. For people who has watched 5 seconds, 10, 15, or 50%, 75, and 90%. And do another ad. This ad is gonna take people back to the page where you're gonna get to ultimately here. You can spend less money now, but more targeted. I know people will be like, what the hell is Simon doing talking about running Facebook ad in this? You know, since we're doing a not mind map, but flowchart, I often like to include things that supposed to be inside the process, supposed to be included in the process. You know, it's a little hard for me nowadays to just give you guys the bare bone and expect nothing. Now I have a prepared version, obviously. I will show you guys in a bit, but the process, the end goal of this particular live video is actually to give you guys my sort of thought process. So maybe you can utilize on your own. So this is why I want you guys to kind of be patient and think about why exactly is Simon showing you all this, right? So that's that. Let's go back to the screen. Now, we got ad that's more targeted. The chance of us getting leads has dramatically increased. Okay, the chance of doing this has dramatically increased because we're only sending people to the more targeted audience that may become interested in this. That's why the fact of having this funnel is that we're gonna have to get people to, starting from here, this is a journey, stickman. When we get to this stage, we're probably down to, I don't know, figuratively speaking, less and less. Ta-da! So what we need to do of getting people to see through, to get more targeted, to be willing to give you their information and eventually open up their wallet, we need to keep on running this process. And obviously, not just one time, but continuously improving upon them. So we need to go and jump, go and jump, and jump. So that's the thought process of this particular one down here. So let's continue. If we end up getting people to here, okay, We got their lead, we got their information. Now, if you want you can continue sending people to here. Oops. What happened? We want to continue sending people here to another ad. But email and also text message. If you want, you can use Messenger. Facebook Messenger, right? Whatever you want, whatever the process it is. Because they have not become our customer yet. But at the same time, they given our name, email address, and phone number because they agreed, right? So these are no longer needing to spend any money. Well, except for SMS, you still have to pay for it. Sorry guys, there is a siren coming in. Just give it a minute. And I'm just gonna take a quick look at what is going on right now. Okay. Okay. Alright, that's good. Alright, so they have agreed to give us the email, name, and phone number. So other than spending ad, we still want to spend some ad to go to the final sales process, the checkout point. Or in a service-based business, we want to get them as booking for a call, right? A calendar. A calendar, right? So that's the process. This is how, in general, we get them to this point. This is very, very vague. So why don't I show you guys my done already workflow. So this is the kind that is done. I call it the master workflow. And let me try to zoom in. Man, this is the part where it's easier to use Mac. Okay, so particularly we're trying to run into a particular page called a webinar page. I know those who have done marketing funnel, marketing business already know what I'm talking about, but those who don't understand yet, webinar is like this. Like you're talking with me on the you're talking with me like this. We're just on the internet. You have made your decision to be on here on a Sunday afternoon to watch me talking about different tactic. That is usually considered as a webinar. Now, this is sort of a live videos idea. I can, however, ask you guys to submit a name and email address and then send you guys the link. But we all know how that goes, right? So instead, what I did was I sent people to my what is this thing? I sent people to my Facebook page, right? I sent people to my Facebook page. Facebook will capture all the information. That's how I do it. And that's how you should probably consider doing right now. Anyways, so I have sent people to this page already. Have they registered? Now this can be omitted if it's not, if it's live. If you're doing it on Facebook page, particularly. So I would ignore that. However, if you're doing a recorded one, I definitely would ask people to give me their name and email address, maybe not the phone number, because I usually like to ask phone number at the last stage. But anyways, I'll send traffic to the webinar page. If they have not landed on my thank you page, which is registered for webinar, okay, then I will retarget them, just like how I explained to you guys the previous slide. Retarget them using a remarketing ad, okay? And then obviously send email workflow. This is the landing page. And I personally like to store things in CRM, Customer Relationship Management, and update the status to pre-qualified. So that is the flow, of first flow of how I get leads. I'm providing value by telling them, hey, in my webinar page, I am teaching you guys how you can make a flowchart for your business. Or I'll teach you how to build a Shopify website within 2 hours. Or I'll teach you guys how to use the page builder plugin called Elementor on your WordPress website so that your designer can just, buzz off. Right? So all those sort of things. So what happened afterward? We get them. We want them. We need them to be reminded to go onto the webinar. If it's a replay, if it's a recorded webinar landing page, whatever. And then we're gonna redirect them to the long-term care. Oh, guys, so this one I made it for a client because they're trying to sell the long-term care insurance, and I think the time was up, middle of June. That's when everything's up. But anyway, so the total process was that this entire webinar is continuing to be run, the same process over and over again. Now, those who are watching this, who are just jumping in right now, can then can watch the replay afterward on my Facebook, on my not Instagram. Wait, I put it on Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, whatever. You can watch the replay and hopefully leave me a comment as a replay. And those who are live, please leave me a live. Anyways, let's back to the flowchart. After they have watched the webinar, I will redirect them to a sales page. What the hell is a sales page? It's very easy. It's a page where you're gonna sell your service. I know, dumb and simple, but this is not a page where you can close the lead just yet. You need to ask them to go on a call with you guys, which is what the free consultation here is for, and then eventually become a qualified lead. I would so by the way, guys, this process, lead converts to contact, that is a Zoho specific, Zoho CIS specific term. If you're using HubSpot, it'd be called something else, but just keep that in mind. They're still leads. When they become a customer, they are called customers in my book, but in Zoho, they call it something else. I'm trying to get people to get used to that as well. Anyways, so they would then go on to a meeting. Okay, so this is the important thing. Go on to a meeting, and obviously they are interested in the long-term care insurance offering. You find that out during that meeting, right? And afterward, you would then send quotation form to sign by the client, pre-filled by agent, using Zoho Sign or using DocuSign. Like I nowadays I put together everything together in Zoho One, which is like a whole suite of Zoho product. This is how I put everything together. That's why I have these things. But you don't have to use the same product as I am. You can use DocuSign. You can use Google Doc. You can use whatever you want. Okay. But the important thing is the end goal. So after they have signed it, okay, you have to then decide whether or not they're accepting the quote. If they don't, then you gotta make sure that you go back and renegotiate. This happens, right? You can't simply close your lead as a customer. usually in the first bet. In fact, a lot of my service contract are signed after 2 or 3 meetings. So I would usually have a very quick 15 to 30 minutes meeting, then move on to decide, okay, whether or not I can take the person as my client, or to to let them go because I can't serve them, because these are the this particular service that they are requesting are not what I'm offering. So this is something that you have to decide, and once you have done that, then you would then go on to getting the contract signed, right? So signing a contract is really important. This is the step after they agreed it, they accept your terms, and terms and conditions and everything is included in the follow-up meeting after they first had the consultation with you. Once you have closed them properly, you update them in the CRM, and automatically the CRM would send out the billing. I use Zoho Books. You can use QuickBooks. Client then pay their premium. In our case, we call it our service fee, right? And everything gets updated in CRM, and that's the gist of the workflow of how I would close a service-based client. So let's recap. We get people to register a free consultation. Let's skip the webinar. Okay, the webinar is to give value. If you don't have something that you can do, honestly though, I would send people to webinar and get them as a lead, because it's easier to then directly ask them to say, hey, let's book a call, because you haven't offered anything that they're interested in. Remember the previous page that we talked about awareness, attraction, and interest, and then they become a lead, and then to become a customer. You know, you need to like go on a date with them, get them interested. You know, show off your bicep or a Lamborghini or something, and they're on a date, and because you got their number and everything, and then several times later you ask them, hey, do you want to move in together? Things like that. It's the same concept, okay, guys? Everybody talk about the same concept. I'm just making it into a flowchart so that you guys can understand this a bit more. It doesn't have to be webinar, guys. It doesn't have to be webinar. It can be something else, like a white paper for something that you're offering. For example, I could offer this particular workflow to you guys. If you guys want it, give me your name and email address and phone number. I'll send it over to you. This is utilized often in blog posts, in a lot of people's YouTube videos, right? I just gave you guys an idea, right? It doesn't have to be a webinar. But if you're like me, you like to talk. You like to talk and be like me, and go ahead. I would strongly suggest you to try to get yourself on the web via video, live video. Just be out there. You get hesitated. That's okay. But after that, please take them into a sales page, particularly so that they can be deciding whether or not they would go on a date with you. So for me, it's like a contact page. I put this particular in a contact page, like this one, right? So in this one, I will have schedule a call, or I'm ready to sign up, because this is my training program. It contains another link to my coaching online master coaching program that I'm selling, but some people might not be ready, so I will ask them to schedule a call. So that is this step here. So I ask people to schedule a call with me first, 15 minutes to 30 minutes max, and get them to talk to you, understand you face to face, ask them to be on camera. You know, this is Zoom time. Everybody should be willing to do Zoom. And whether or not they accept you as a client, that's another story. That you have to decide. You have the power to decide they're right for you or not, and vice versa for the client as well. So I would definitely strongly suggest you to go through the flow. Now, obviously, it might seem a little bit, ugly. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into the lucid. Finally, we get to lucid. Those who stayed behind, obviously, they would know I do things this particular way. Why are people sending messages to me? Anyways, you can sign up a free account. I'll give you guys the link. You can go to lucidchart.com or use my link down below, SimonWYHuang. Actually, I'll leave a comment in the live video down below afterward. So all you have to do is to click sign up free. Free account is pretty good. You have 3 documents. They give you templates already, okay, and then you can buy the premium one if you have a lot of needs, like continuously building different sort of documents. You should, but all you have to do is to build this. So I'm gonna just give me 1 second. I'm gonna type it out on other screen, and in the meantime, you guys can see my lovely face like this. Okay, so we're gonna okay, let's move it back, and let's move that to the screen. Okay, I didn't want to show you guys what I typed in. That's my email. That's another fake email. That's why I don't want to show you guys. So on the second page, yeah, I call myself Nonde. Yeah, love my DMZ, right? You decide: are you business admin, customer service, data analytics, design, engineers, like all these things. I am gonna call myself a marketing. Okay. What would you like to do? I would like to build Flowchart. So this is like every sort of software as a service program. They try to ask you these predetermined questions so they can show you the design that might best fit you. So in the beginning, they will give you option, create a blank document, start with an example, or watch the video. We already, forget about a video. Let's start with an example, because building it out is a little annoying, so I will often like to, let me make this bigger. Wow, there's a lot to choose from, man. So we want to build Flowchart. I like Flowchart. I like to build Flowchart. I just think it's just easier for me to understand. So they have complicated API Flowchart, accounting Flowchart, just regular Flowchart, really complicated stuff. But hey, those who have been in project management, they should know, hey, this is how it works. Now it does say the other ones like API Flowchart has the premium one. You do have to pay for it, but you can start trial anytime, right? And they give you a bit more in depth, but that's not spend any money, right? And insert, and they give you that. Voila, that is very easy. How do I move this out of my way? Get out of my way. Okay, so very similar to what we have had on OneNote, but in this case They give you a whole bunch of different sort of shape. Woo! Look at that. They give you the name of what these shapes are for. That's pretty cool. Rectangle, UI. Oh, look. They can even show you the UI. Window, area, scroll bar, tab, manual. So if you're like building out a website flowchart, you can do that here as well. Other UI input. That's a lot. Anyways, you can definitely do a lot more, but I simply like to use all these very regular stuff. They have this as a start. You can move them around, but just like Windows, you can use Control Z or Command Z to go back to your previous edit. Okay, you can change the word. If you don't like it, move back. But it's very simple. You just connect. You just connect. You literally just connect. Keep on connecting. It is a little bit difficult in the beginning, I admit fully, to utilize this. But once you have that drawn out like this, once you have this drawn out like this, or not even like this, not even like this, okay? Once you have it at this way, you can then move on to using this. It's a two-step process, but I just find that this is a little bit more, less daunting. A little bit easier for us to understand it. So, I am not teaching you guys how to use this one because this is quite simple. What I did was to give you guys the main concept. The main concept of building a flowchart, right? That's what I came for. That's what you guys are came for. Create a flowchart for your entire business. I mean, that was my entire business, to be honest. This was my entire process. Because I'm service-based business. And service-based business would be, put very simply, is the exact same process. Just change things here and there. And once you have done that, you want to make it more pretty, go on Lucidchart. But then at the end of the day, this is how you make your online website, online presence, your website, your social media, and everything. Without planning this out, I cannot design a website easily. This is what I tell my client, okay? What is exactly your flow? How does it look like? Where is your sales process gonna end? You give me all these pages on your website, but what exactly is the most important things? Tell me first before I can go on and design a brand new website for you guys. Right? This is super important. Without knowing these, you should not go ahead and build yourself a website or build yourself a social media platform that you would like to, enhance on or anything like that. So that's why I like to break my idea, my tutorial, everything down into segments. I always thought I brought this to you guys already, but no, I haven't. I realized I never show you guys how to build a flow chart, how to map out your goal and anything. And this is why exactly I chose today as the day to present you guys this. I find that a lot of people just jump straight in and say, I want to do a dropshipping website. Okay, well, there's Shopify tutorial I make. Or I want to build a WordPress website that looks nice. I have Elementor tutorial. But it's come to my attention that a lot of people don't have the main idea, the main frame to understand that, hey, what your business is all about. If you can't do that, that is absolutely gonna waste your time signing up for Shopify, getting a hosting domain, etc. to build your own website. Whatever platform that you decide to use, it doesn't matter. What really matter is that you need to know your goal. You need to know how you're gonna get there, and then spend time to plan the little things in between, and then move on to start building a site. Now, building a site is still very important. I strongly suggest you guys to do that before you even attempt to build your social media profile, because you never know, one day social media profile will be deleted just like that. A lot of well-known people have their have their social media profile deleted, deactivated, including YouTube channel, right? Okay, so that's why. But before all that, you definitely don't want to just jump straight in and waste your money. Now, of course, you can always hire people like me. Hire people that have the idea, not just general idea, but a more in-depth idea of how business process is done. Well, at least more specifically targeted to your kind of business, whether you're e-commerce, whether you're service-based, doesn't matter. Someone who has better understanding of how to get to the process would help you to achieve everything very easily. So that's that. In next week, next Sunday, I'll talk about other things. The sneak peek to that is, so today we talk about making our goal. We're talking about making our goal. That's what happened today. And next week, we're going to talk about building a framework again. Okay? So this is where we're going to jump on to talk about how we can build a website. A website is the framework, the bone, the structure of your entire business in 2021 and onward. Okay, so that's that. And then after, we're going to keep on talking about more. Now, just like everything else, if you have questions, I encourage you to click on the free consultation button, schedule a call with me. Okay, it will take you to a Calendly link. Just pick a time that you like, and I will go on for 15 minutes or 30 minutes. That's what I put. And see how I can help you. Whether you want to utilize my coaching program, which is more like done with you, not done for you, or very close to DIY, because I will teach you guys everything about what I know. Okay, every single thing is all done for you. DIY or DWI done with you. Or if you don't want to go through it that way, you simply go to SimonWYHuang /contact. And this is where I can do a service consultation for you. Okay? So I'll leave the link down below in the description, in the comment section, actually, for both Facebook people, for YouTube people, and in the LinkedIn as well. I find out in the comment section they show off all these links, so it's better that way. And yeah, if you like to try out Flowchart for, I think, 14 days free. I'll leave the link down below. It is an affiliate link. Doesn't cost you guys anything, but gives me a little, coffee money, just like this, to help me out to continue building this channel, to continue building this page, so that I have enough motivation as well to keep on producing more content for you guys. All right, so that's it. If you guys like what you guys saw today and you want to continue watching this, make sure you like my page, or if you're on YouTube, like the video, subscribe, hit the bell notification button down here, and hit the comment section to see if you have any question, and I will show you guys the next video just right up here. The entire playlist of live video will be down here as well, so make sure you guys go keep on checking them out, and until next time, peace.